In your city with them stoners, bend the corner. I'm in Portland in that foreign, that's a bone. Straight out the corner.
Smoking loud from Seattle, supersonic.
We on that loud.
We been drinking, ain't no driver, Uber coming.
Up out a cloud. On that moon rock, cause I'm a shooting comet. Cause I'm a star. I'm on that moon rock, so I be walking on it.
Straight out the jar. In the country, out the country, I'm just country.
Country grandma.
Horsepower, make a nigga act a donkey. Get me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, burning gas, burning rubber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump. I'm passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
In your city, bending corners, copping guns.
Oh, where is that?
I just drive through that corner like McDonald's.
Pick up that sack.
I just pull up on the mama like a mom.
Kobe Bryant.
At a lunch, we smoking gas, we be lunching. I got blue dot in my cup with a red down their head. When I came through the check, I made all them heads drop dead. I got paint like hell, and these watch like feds. About to cute that club, let that whole pocket like red.
Get me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, burning gas, burning rubber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump. Passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
In your city with them stoners, bend the corner. I'm in Portland in that foreign, that's a bone. Straight out the corner.
Smoking loud from Seattle, supersonic.
We on that loud.
We been drinking, ain't no driver, Uber coming.
Up out a cloud. On that moon rock, cause I'm a shooting comet. Cause I'm a star. I'm on that moon rock, so I be walking on it.
Straight out the jar. In the country, out the country, I'm just country.
Country grandma.
Horsepower, make a nigga act a donkey. Get me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, burning gas, burning rubber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump. Passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
In your city, bending corners, copping guns.
Oh, where is that?
I just drive through that corner like McDonald's.
Pick up that sack.
I just pull up on the mama like a mom.
Kobe Bryant.
At a lunch, we smoking gas, we be lunching. I got blue dot in my cup with a red down their head. When I came through the check, I made all them heads drop dead. I got paint like hell, and these watch like feds. About to cute that club, let that whole pocket like red.
Get me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, burning gas, burning rubber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump. Passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
In your city with them stoners, bend the corner. I'm in Portland in that foreign, that's a bone. Straight out the corner.
Smoking loud from Seattle, supersonic.
We on that loud.
We been drinking, ain't no driver, Uber coming.
Up out a cloud. On that moon rock, cause I'm a shooting comet. Cause I'm a star. I'm on that moon rock, so I be walking on it.
Straight out the jar. In the country, out the country, I'm just country.
Country grandma.
Horsepower, make a nigga act a donkey. Get me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, burning gas, burning rubber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump. Passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner.
In your city, bending corners, copping guns. Oh, where is that? I just drive through that corner like McDonald's. Pick up that sack. I just pull up on the mama like a mom. Kobe Bryant at a lunch, smoking gas. We be lunching. I got blue dot in my cup with a red down their head. When I came through the check, I made all them haters drop dead. I got hate like hell, and these watch like feds. About to cute that club, let that whole pocket like red.
Kids been riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, that ain't gas burning, robber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that ass. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner, bend the corner.
In your city with them stoners, bend the corner, bend the corner. I'm in Portland in that foreign, that's a thong. Straight out the corner.
Smoking loud from Seattle, supersonic.
We on that loud.
We been drinking, ain't no driver, Uber coming.
About a cloud. On that moon rock, cause I'm a shooting coming. Cause I'm a star. I'm on that moon rock, so I be walking on it out the jar.
In the country, out the country, I'm just country.
Country grandma.
Horsepower, make a nigga act a donkey. Kids been riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, that ain't gas burning, robber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that ass. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
In your city, bending corners, copping guns. Oh, where is that? I just drive through that corner like McDonald's. Pick up that sack. I just pull up on the mama like a mom. Kobe Bryant at a lunch, smoking gas. We be lunching. I got blue dot in my cup with a red down their head. When I came through the check, I made all them haters drop dead. I got hate like hell, and these watch like feds. About to cute that club, let that whole pocket like red.
Kids been riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, that ain't gas burning, robber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that ass. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner, bend the corner, bend the corner.
In your city with them stoners, bend the corner, bend the corner. I'm in Portland in that foreign, that's a thong. Straight out the corner.
Smoking loud from Seattle, supersonic.
We on that loud.
We been drinking, ain't no driver, Uber coming.
About a cloud. On that moon rock, cause I'm a shooting coming. Cause I'm a star. I'm on that moon rock, so I be walking on it out the jar.
In the country, out the country, I'm just country.
Country grandma.
Horsepower, make a nigga act a donkey. Kids been riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, that ain't gas burning, robber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that ass. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
In your city, bending corners, copping guns. Oh, where is that? I just drive through that corner like McDonald's. Pick up that sack. I just pull up on the mama like a mom. Kobe Bryant at a lunch, smoking gas. We be lunching. I got blue dot in my cup with a red down their head. When I came through the check, I made all them haters drop dead. I got hate like hell, and these watch like feds. About to cute that club, let that whole pocket like red.
Kids been riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, that ain't gas burning, robber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump passing that gas, while my foot smashing that gas, and my car passing that ass. Got 100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the back, I bend the corner, I bend the corner, bend the corner, bend the corner.
In your city with them stoners, bending corners, bending corners. I'm in Portland in that foreign, that's a thong. Straight out the corner.
Smoking loud from Seattle, supersonic.
We on that loud.
We been drinking, ain't no driver, Uber coming.
Hop out a cloud. On that moon rock, cause I'm a shooting comet. Cause I'm a star. I'm on that moon rock, so I be walking on it at the jar.
In the country, out the country, I'm just country.
Country grandma.
Horsepower, make a nigga act a donkey. Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the bank, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, that ain't gas, burning rubber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump. I'm passing that gas while my foot smashing that gas. And my car passing that ass. Got $100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the bank, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
In your city, bending corners, copping guns.
Oh, where is that?
I just drive through that corner like McDonald's.
Pick up that sack.
I just pull up on the mama like a mama.
Kobe Bryant.
At a lunch, you smoking gas, we be lunching. I got blue dot in my cup with a red dot in they head. When I came through the check, I made all them heads drop dead. I got paint like hell, and these watch like feds. About to cute that club, let that whole pocket like red.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the bank, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block, that ain't gas, burning rubber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump. I'm passing that gas while my foot smashing that gas. And my car passing that ass. Got $100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner, bend the corner. Every time I lead the bank, I bend the corner, I bend the corner.
Every time I'm in your city, bending corners. Allow us to reintroduce ourselves. We are the mob. M to the O-B. You already know, man. Memphis Over BULL. You know, the saying goes, if you build it, they will come. So this time, instead of, having a longer intro to drag things out, I went ahead and just gave y'all a little intro music to allow people to get in, get into the chat, man. We are, by the way, something we haven't done since our first week. We're on Facebook Live. I appreciate all the love. I seen y'all coming in. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all might have saw the weight screen. Yeah. That's how we do it at the mob. So we're not gonna hold things up. I know so y'all got your cousins. The chat mob is in YouTube right now, though. But we got chat mob cousins in Facebook. So I ain't gonna stay on that too long, but I want y'all to know that we on 2 different platforms right now. If you build it, they will come, and they have come out. Chat mob, holler at your boy, man. The originals. We got Facebook with y'all. They don't know how we get down. So y'all gotta, guide them along things. Y'all got a history of calling in. It's different. Got cousins. When your cousin come visit from the other side of town. And I'm rocking the gear. As you all can see, this is what we're doing. It's a non-profit organization. Run Memphis. Future millionaires. We've been meeting. We've been doing a lot of great things. So I'm going to start this show out telling y'all about the event. It's a great show, man. Great, great show. Last week, y'all know what happened. We had the power go out on us, you know what I'm saying? So that's why the stream, I didn't get to come back. It was only 40 minutes. But it was a damn good show. So go catch that. But moving right along into things. I told y'all, this is what we've been working on. I myself included. M to the O-B. Hey, Nam, I see you, my boy. It was what we've been working on. Run Memphis Future Millionaires. Male or female. Must be 13 and 19 years old. We have a huge benefit program for them. We're gonna classes are gonna start in September. You can sign up now. You can sign up now. You can contact me. You want one of these shirts? You want one of these hats? You want to show support in that way? I have several outlets of you showing. Just reaching out to me. If you have a child that's probably want to get him or her involved in something that is between these ages, like I said, male or female, it is going to be tremendous. Because the thing about it, what I've learned, is that, man, there's a lot of money being passed around in the city of Memphis right now. Trying to get my hands on them grants like Horace.
I'm saying all that grant money, bro, there are hundreds of millions of dollars being put into the Memphis economy, rather. And we're just not seeing any results, man. We're gonna get into that too. But with me doing this with Run Memphis, this is just the first installment of many. But we are a nonprofit organization for the community. Shout out to Chantel, shout out to Candace, Mike Spook. Y'all know Mike Spook. My brother Casino, he might come through the chat mob. But yeah, it's Run Memphis right now. We need everybody involved in this. Flight Club, y'all holler at me. You know my crew, the rap crew, you know them. Get at your boy. We need y'all involved with this. So that's the first thing I wanted to mention y'all. So sign up for that. Tell a friend, tell a friend. And on July 21st, we are throwing the Midsummer Community Celebration for the kids. There'll be cars and prizes. They'll have floats. Food vendors are coming. Partner sponsors, donations are welcome. If you want to try, and give something back, we're doing it at Orange Mountain Park. My park, where I had that wet jump shot. Yeah, but I'm saying we're doing this at Orange Mountain Park. The contact information is on it. Call the number. If you need any more information about this, besides just showing up, get at me. Get at me. Like I said, several outlets, Facebook, Instagram, you all know, YouTube. I'm all over. I check all of this. If not, someone that that's within the mob or one of the contacts within Run Memphis will get you appointed. So I need everybody there, and I need everybody to be acting accordingly, because this is Orange Mountain, man. We gonna show them that we can really do this. This is a community doing things and building things on their own. And with these things, like I said, I've started to uncover so many things about the nonprofit organizations. I'm letting y'all know we here now. All that money y'all been getting, all those grants, we're gonna hold you accountable. That's what we do. That's what we started this for: accountability and solutions. That's all we know at the mob. And we got a few people getting grants within these videos, right? Right. So, so one of my main focuses of this organization or this podcast, because the organizations Run Memphis, but the mob, is to expose the corruption within the nonprofit organizations and within the politics of Memphis, Tennessee. You all don't know, like I said, some people are tuning in on Facebook for the first time through that outlet. That's what we do here. Now, I wanted to talk about this. A few days ago, I think it was a few days ago, Mayor Herenton came and did a press conference he did his bid for the mayor of Memphis, 5-time mayor. As you all can see on the promo, we talking Willie. I'm just going to start this right off. He had a press conference, and I don't understand why we had no coverage whatsoever for the 5-time mayor. I think the coverage on the whole mayor race has been terrible. Anyway, with somebody like me, we keep up with all outlets, my friends, and we are the team at the mob. We follow all of that. And we don't see much coverage on it. But I wanted to get to this before we get to this press conference. I'm like, man, Willie made some moves, man, for me that, made me question. I know everybody knows me I love the Judge Joe Brown, but Willie, man, probably won me over. I got that right to flip, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't get on me. I'm flipping for the better. But yeah. Let's get to this. I'm gonna get to this press conference. We'll talk about it. I may stop it if I hear something from the chat mob. In the meantime, let's get to this. Get to this press conference. I gotta get to the exact area. So you all can hear a few things that he said coming in. And this is the point.
You're going to read my vision for Memphis. You also will get an overview of my platform. Many of you have raised in your own minds, why? Why would Willie Herenton come out of retirement and come back into public service. If I have some Bible readers, I want to take you into Joshua chapter 14, verses 11 and 12. And you may be familiar with Caleb. This is from a Bible reading now. Caleb was 85 years old. And he was in battle. He followed Joshua, Moses. And he's 85 years old. And he's fighting giants. So I looked at that story and I said, you know, there is parallel to our condition in Memphis today because we are fighting giants. Giant of poverty, giant of crime, a giant of family deterioration, a giant of declining infrastructure, a giant of poor housing and homelessness. But like the power and the blessings that God gave to Caleb, he'll also give to Willie Herenton. When people ask me, why again? And all during my life, for such a time as this, when we were in darkness. And let me remind you of 1991. Many of you know it was not a part of my career aspiration to be mayor. But the human condition in Memphis was such that we needed a leader. And I struggled against it, but at the midnight hour, I decided that this was something I needed to do. And I inherited a city that was financially broke, had $3 million in the reserves when I became mayor. Downtown was desolate, barren.
We're not going to play the entire thing. I know y'all want to get into the show. I'm just saying, but we have to, they didn't cover this, and I felt like this is Willie. I got to give him his just due. And I know everybody nobody I talked to saw this. So we're going to get into the show. I'm not going to hold it up forever, but I got to give Willie his respect and his due, man. He got a plan.
I don't think we had 2,000 people living in downtown Memphis. We had no professional sports. Public housing was in ruin. But then came a leader that the people of Memphis believed in and elected him mayor. And look at Memphis today. Look at Memphis today. Public housing is no longer in ruins. You know who started that renaissance? You. Willie Herenton.
Amen. All right, so I just wanted to play that to let y'all know. Now, after we get done with this live stream, we're going to upload the entire Mayor Herenton press conference. All right? So we're going to put up the entire press conference because there's things that he said. He's talking about accountability within the Memphis Police Department, and he's holding us as black people in Memphis accountable before. Like he mentioned 90% of the murders in Memphis were done by black people, to black people. All right? Even though we're 70% of the population, there's no excuse for that to be going on right now. Right? So, and he talked about the infrastructure. That is what's happening with everybody losing power. They did a story on the infrastructure in Orange Mound, and the equipment goes back to the 1930s. And that's only in that area. That's my area. That's why we're throwing that at the block party. Hopefully we won't have any problems there. But speaking of the infrastructure, like he said, that's the same problem I had within the inner city limits when we were doing live last week, and we lost connection. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to that. That goes to that. And he's just saying, but he also mentioned, like I said, I can let you all, it's a nice press conference. He also mentioned that the new system with the Tyree Nichols law coming into effect with the police can't pull people over, right? We see that. He didn't really agree with that. And I'm in agreement with him, but I don't agree with the police beating the hell out of people. But I do agree with, having something in place. You got to hold the police accountable for what you want them to do, but you just can't dismiss them all the way. I mean, one extreme is no better than the other. Some kind of way we got to find somewhere in the middle grounds of this and having the people happy, right? Because we don't want to make this a police town. This is Memphis, man. We're not a police town. We are. We're Memphis, man. We're about the people. Now, let's get into what we do at the mob. Sorry for that taking too long, but I had to do that willy going off. All right, so recently, some paperwork was released to me. Oh, my bad. Okay, I'm gonna play another part of that Herenton because that was another part that I had to play. But I'll get back to that when we get back into the show. We'll loop back around to Herenton if we have time. We should, because there's something major in there. But yeah, like I said, the paperwork was released on somebody that got convicted of the charge of grand auto theft in Memphis, right? So now the person whose car they stole, they released the paperwork on this. Now, you know what I'm saying? They released the paperwork, the affidavit, so to speak, of what happened. Now, the file is so small that you're not going to be able to see me, but I want you all to see this because it ain't about the criminal or whatever who is the charge. It's about the officials in Memphis. Now, peep this. Right? All right. So, as you can see, your district attorney general, Steve Mulroy, right? All right. This was released by the woman whose car was stolen. Now, what he stole was a $26,000 2017 Dodge Challenger, right? When convicted, as you can see, this is for a theft of property for under $1,000. And he was released on time served. He went in on the 5th and was released on pretty much the 5th too. Yeah, as you see, the charge, theft of property under $1,000 for a whole car though, right? This is your district attorney, Steve Mulroy, allowing this. I just want everybody to see this. You know what I'm saying? For the record. So how do you reduce that down to that point? You see what I'm saying? A $26,000 car reduced down to $1,000 bond. Who is that helping, bro? And see, y'all don't understand these things that are going on because of the community not sharing things like that, but we're on it at the mob, bro. See, these are the things you got to ask your district attorney when doing. How does that happen? Somebody tell me that. How does a $26,000 car get reduced? I know why, because that helps the state. That means that the state is saying that he was charged and convicted and served his time, and that makes the judge and the DA look like they really did their jobs. When in reality, they did nothing. Now the dude's back on the street, do what the hell he want to do. Things like this are going on. That's what I'm saying. But Steve Mulroy got voted in. So we need to vote his ass out. This man put his name stamped on that for theft under $1,000. This is what I'm saying, y'all. We got to do better. We have to do better. We have to hold these people accountable. Now, like I said, trying to get my hands on the grants like Horace. Yeah, like I said, the whole entire city is getting their hands on those grants, right? Now, they got a new program for the Memphis dads that they're doing, which is okay. We need better fathers in the community. I got something about to share with y'all, let y'all see this. I'm for that, but fatherhood is not really what I want the city officials to really be concerned with. I would rather just give people the resources they need to be better fathers, right? Better, maybe you can get some training, better jobs, create a better economy. But to teach somebody how to be a father, I think certain things have to be instilled in you with your upbringing. And this is just another way of getting grant money, but it's for a good cause. I'm pretty sure all you taxpayers don't care. That being said,
revolutionary, historic, groundbreaking. That's how organizers describe a new program in Memphis that teaches young men how to be better fathers.
It's called Affirm, and that stands for A Father's Involvement Really Matters. Action News 5's Joyce Peterson here now with a closer look at how the Affirm program works. Joyce.
Joe and Joy, a nonprofit called Families Matter received a grant from Tennessee Governor Bill Lee's administration to create the Affirm program. And the first 6 participants who enrolled this spring graduated tonight.
We're just grateful for all of you.
And they graduated from fatherhood. But the news be tripping me out, bro.
That are here.
At the Families Matter headquarters in Midtown, Xavier McLean is one of the first graduates of Affirm, a Father's Involvement Really Matters program, an 8-week course that taught Xavier how to be a better father to his 4-year-old son, Jaden.
I know he need me, so I gotta be there for him. I ain't bring him in the world not to be there for him, so I gotta show that love and support.
Xavier and these dads studied parenting curriculum, health education, and financial management. Families Matter Executive Director Carol Jackson says a grant from the Tennessee Department of Human Services funded this first-of-its-kind program in Memphis and Shelby County.
We want to make sure that the success that they gain while being with us is the success that they carry forward, and then they grow well enough that they can actually pay it forward so that others can be involved as well.
Data.
I guarantee you, and I'm happy I stopped on that graphic, we'll bring it back up, because that's a good point, but I guarantee you, bro, the amount of money given to this program, and nobody's holding them accountable. I'm not mad about it. I'm not saying everybody that's here to get grants or doing things are doing negative things in the community, but a lot of them are. Trust me, I'm involved with this. We understand the paperwork. There's money flying everywhere. This is all about corruption, though, right? We got to hold these people accountable. Like I said, this could be okay. This could be things, but I think, there are things that we need to work on. Anyway, I'll get to that.
Shows when fathers are involved in their children's lives, kids get better grades in school, have fewer unwanted teen pregnancies, and have a lower risk of living in poverty. And children with involved fathers are less likely to get involved with crime. Getting this diploma, no easy task for Xavier because of transportation issues.
Whatever it took for him to get here to our classes, he makes sure that he did that. That's commitment every time.
The program offers milestone payments, like $200 to get a job and keep it for at least 30 days.
Now listen to this. $200. You're going to pay our community $200 to make a man who's a father keep a job for 30 days. That's an embarrassment. That's an embarrassment to our community, bro. I'm just being honest with you. I keep it real over here. We know how we do it at the M to the OB. That's an embarrassment. You need incentives to be a good father, to keep a job. What society, man?
Affirm helped Martin get a job at Blue Oval. And Antonio's been promoted from clerk to assistant manager at his job. Graduates also get $500 for completing the fatherhood class and $800 for signing a co-parenting agreement with their child's mother.
They just throwing money around, bro. Right? Hey, I want to get my money for me being a good father too. I've been are you gonna pay me? I've had jobs for years at a time. I want my money. See, these are the things people don't want to hear. And know I sound like a conservative. I sound like a Republican. But it's not that. I sound like me. I sound like a man. And I'm just saying, if you're gonna pay people for this, this is kind of what people are against, man. This is wasting tax dollars. People you had the child, take care of it. Go get a job. Keep the job. No one's going to pay you for that because tax dollars, where y'all think they're getting this money from? They're getting it from your ass and me.
Something Ernest accomplished. These graduates know their hard work is only just beginning.
It's a goal that I set for myself to achieve and long gone striving for it. And I finished it. It made me feel good to know I'm doing something positive.
Congratulations to all of the graduates. Now, the Affirm classes are offered to men ages 18 to 40 years old.
18 to 40. This is crazy. Residents of Shelby County have pending or established child support orders. I don't know. What are you trying to what are you fixing here? What are you trying to fix? What problem are you fixing here?
You do have to be a resident of Shelby County and have a pending or established child support order. If you are interested in applying or you know someone and you think this might be a good fit for them, call Families Matter at 901-260-85.
Do you know someone who's an unfit father? Call us. We'll pay him to do better. Man, hey, that's what I'm saying. Let them run Memphis get that. Let us get that. Let the mob get that. Let us get that paper. We'll use it to hold them accountable. Like, that's what you ought to do. I mean, you're a father. No one should have to put a gun to your head to make you take care of your child. Right, I see y'all Facebook. Holla at your boy. What's up, Muffin? I see you. I appreciate that. But yeah, that's how it is. You know, you got the Facebook. I'll holler at y'all cousins over in the Facebook mob. Y'all might want to join us over at the YouTube. We got it going. But yeah, man, you shouldn't have to be paid to be a father, bro. That's just wasting our money. I don't know whose idea it was. Maybe they came from a good place, but maybe they didn't. I always remember that. We have to, as black people, we always think people like, oh, they mean us good. It's not, we don't feel right to convict someone, but you have to, I call it holding people accountable, because in these real communities who get real change, they hold these people accountable. That's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. Like I told y'all before, when I first started doing this, I was all about like trying to collect dollars from the community and from people that, you know, the mob. I wanted y'all, you see the Cash App. I was going to take all the funds and give back to the community. But we got to think, man, they tax every cent that we spend in this city, in this community. When we don't even think about it. It's just, you know, two things that are guaranteed in life: death and taxes. Yeah, okay. Podcast Austin, I hear you. I hear you. The world's not a perfect place, but, you know, you're going to give up trying to improve things because it's not? I'll let them chat, Mark. You know how we do it. Seem might be new here. You know what I mean? Yeah, but this is relevant. When fathers are involved, kids get hold up. This is what I'm saying. This is what they covering on the move. Right. I've been approaching fatherhood. I needed my money. I know you're a good father, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you know an unfit father, send him here and we'll pay him. But anyway, this is relevant. Kids get better grades in school. Who didn't know this? This is something that was presented to a board. Hey, let's help these fathers, because when they're involved, kids do better in life. All right. Have fewer unwanted teen pregnancies. Yes. A present parent changes everything, bro. But we don't have to pay you to know this or do this. All right? The world's not a perfect place, but hey, we ain't gonna stop doing what we doing. Who is that? Is that you, Steve Morrow, in here? Is that you? Yeah, I know they got undercovers, man. I'm telling you, they know. I've been peeping things too. I know y'all checking us out. It's all good though. All right. Now, with the rise in crime right now, in case y'all don't know, I gotta keep my people updated. So be on the lookout if you're doing some hot things out there. You probably don't want to do it as much. They have included the U.S. Marshals. Yeah, the Marshals are here now. The Marshals are here now. And the streets just got hotter, bro. The streets just got a little bit hotter. They came in. Strickland brought them in asking for a little help. So we don't keep in mind, we got sheriffs out here. We got MPD. Now we got Marshals. Check this out.
A Memphis crime alert tonight as city leaders are now soliciting advice from their partners in the federal government, hoping to make the city safer. Mayor Strickland, Chief Davis, and other officials met with the director of the U.S. Marshals Service to address the issue of violent crime and what can be done to curb it. WREG's Ashley Paul joins us now live from City Hall. And Ashley, did the director have some ideas?
Yeah, Greg, well, he says this is an issue that's not unique to Memphis. It's something that we're seeing all across the nation. But he says during today's meeting, they did come up with some possible solutions to how to curb crime here in Memphis. More U.S. Marshal deputies will soon make their way to Memphis to assist state and local leaders in addressing violent crime here in the Bluff City.
It is crystal clear that people are working together to try to enhance safety. And so there are a lot of earned, but that doesn't diminish the challenges that we face.
The meeting comes on a day where police responded to 3 separate shootings within city lines and another deadly shooting at a healthcare facility in Collierville. Director of the U.S. Marshals Service, Ronald Davis, met with city leaders today. He says these issues are happening everywhere, but there are specific things that can be done to help curb crime here.
So our effort has to go to those that are committing the violence without causing collateral damage to the community.
Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis says a big part of it is preventing crime from happening in the first place, and it takes a collaborative effort to make that happen.
We have to have a strong relationship with our U.S. Attorney's Office, who is here, who constantly meets with us, supports us in any type of cases that we've made for successful prosecution.
The added marshal deputies will aid in serving warrants to fugitives who have already committed violent crimes. At this point, it's not clear when they will start or how many additional deputies will be assigned to this area. But to anyone weary of added law enforcement here in Memphis, they have one message.
It is a priority to make sure that the community sees us as an asset and not an oppressive force, that sees us as part of a solution and not contributing to the problem.
Now, we also learned today that all U.S. deputy marshals will be required to wear body cameras starting in mid-August to add a layer of transparency for the public. For now, reporting live downtown, I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News, Channel 3.
All right, the thing about it, here's my thing with the police, right? The police have no problem with them, but I have a problem with over-flooding a small town like Memphis with police officers. Now, we understand why they're doing what they're doing because crime is through the roof. But don't police come after the crime is committed? So how do police prevent crimes from happening? That's all I'm saying. That's my only question. That's what I don't understand about. I mean, you know, I understand you need police officers for a faster response time. Okay, that's fine. I mean, there are things ways to work on that. But just flooding more officers, I mean, does that really stop crime? Nah, you okay, Austin. It's all good, bro. We love feedback. No, get that right. You know, we're right. I preach that. Check me out in case you haven't even know. What he said for those on Facebook, he said when they offer a Band-Aid, we sit back and let our community bleed out. You are definitely right on that, brother. And that's why we're here. Right. I appreciate the feedback, man, coming through, bro. We need everybody. The thing about it, I know if you here rocking with me, you know what I'm saying, or rocking with us, rather, you ain't with that, bro. Oh, yeah, run Memphis, you hear me? But, yeah, you ain't with that, so I understand that, bro. Don't feel like that. We just talk. It's just grown man talking here. We talk very sternly and, chat might have got at me before. Don't feel like that. We keep it real. We grown around here, man. It's the only way to get to resolve these issues. I can't get mad at you for having your opinion, especially when it's coming from a good place, brother. Right? All right. But yeah. So I just want to say that, I mean, they come after the fact. So let's try to do things like we're doing at Run Memphis and some of these other nonprofit organizations, throwing events, doing things, and getting the police involved with the community. That's what you got to do. And, I mean, first of all, the community has to trust the police. You have to reestablish that. Some of the things that I'm seeing, like if you check out a video about the sheriff's department, what they just did, and the situation with Tyree Nichols, we're going to talk about that. But we're going to talk about that. And so, yeah, now, that's just my opinion. So the city council had a meeting about their top 3 main things that they want to focus on within Memphis, right? Right? This is Memphis Over BULL. So I hope they didn't hit me with the bull, because you will get called out on it immediately. We ain't playing that. So it's all about accountability. And some of these things, they fly right under our radar, right? So let's get into this. The city council had a meeting addressing certain issues and how much money they wanted to get from more grants. They ought to call it something else, bro, besides grants. If we called it your money, you'll be feeling different about it, because you can't go buy a bag of chips without giving to the grants. Let's see this. Let's get to it.
Well, looking ahead, Memphis Police and Memphis Light, Gas, and Water will take center stage at the Memphis City Council meeting tomorrow. And here are 3 things to look out for. 1, Memphis Police will share how long it takes officers to get to the crime scene. And that's a hot topic, with thousands of reported stolen cars and break-ins this year. In the last update, MPD said it takes about 23 minutes on average. In some areas, response time was more than 30. Memphis Police blame
They blaming, they have staffing challenges, and I say poor management. I mean, because I tell you get it done, you tell me you need more people, it's more funding, more police, but then it's just gonna probably increase more and more crime. Then you still have the same issues. Get it done with what you have right now, because we're gonna have more police than we have citizens after a while.
Staff and more calls for longer wait times. And number 2, the department will also give an update on their impound lot in North Memphis. It's been a source of criticism in recent months after cars there were either lost or stolen. MPD says the lot is only designed to store 1,800 vehicles, but right now it holds more than 2,700.
It's only designed, the impound lot at the MPD is only designed to hold 1,800. They have 2,700 cars right now. Y'all still at an all-time high right now, bro. They can't even impound the cars. Serious issues. So more police don't help that. They don't help that. Let's just stop this. Let's get these. And then I'm telling you, the people doing this are under 21 and under. Keep that in mind.
And 3, MLGW will also discuss the recent summer storms that knocked out power for thousands for days. Leaders will share their plan to trim more trees, which should help in the future. And MLGW says 40% of those outages were caused by overgrown trees. CEO Doug McGowan plans to ask council for $220 million to catch up on tree trimming.
$200 to catch up on tree trimming. I don't know, because I talk what I know. I don't understand. I don't know. I'm not a lumberjack. I don't know about tree trimming, but I know $200 being asked for, that's a lot of damn money. But like, as you can see, they asked for it, and they, asking you shall receive. So, yeah, I'm gonna need some grants, man, for the mob, man, to get this out, y'all. I'm letting y'all know that I'm gonna get me a grant. And I need my fatherhood money. I'm gonna need all that. But yeah, they do. Honestly, if the trees are really what's causing it, then so be it. But man, it's just so much to do and so much money being thrown around and no one being held accountable. Like I said, that's all I think. We don't follow up on these things, but we follow up on the NBA players, though, right? Yeah, because a little foul play going on. Now, and everybody been asking me to talk about this that's been going on. All of my people, the mob, they coming up and me telling me about what's going on with the city and Tyree Nichols. Now, trust me, there's some foul play surrounding that as well. But we'll own it too, because there's some suspicious activity with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see what's really happening with the Tyree Nichols. Y'all trying to cover something up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I know what happened to it. We're not going to get into it. This will probably be next week because we have a full show right now. It's already getting a little late. But, like I said, Some foul play going on with this Tyre Nichols situation. If you didn't hear about it, they denied them. We'll get into the story and let you guys check this out, and we'll talk about it.
Let's take a look across Tennessee tonight. The city of Memphis filed a motion to be dismissed from a $550 million lawsuit brought by the family of Tyre Nichols. In the motion, the city claims there's no sufficient evidence to hold it legally responsible for Nichols' death. Court documents also state the court should dismiss the claims against the city and turn its attention to the officers responsible. The lawsuit outlined what family attorney Ben Crump called the torture, savage, brutal, dehumanizing killing of Tyre Nichols and called out policies and procedures.
You see what I'm saying? It's about accountability. And in this situation, the Memphis Police Department are saying, well, no, the city of Memphis is saying, we have nothing to do with that ass whooping that the Scorpion unit placed upon this brother, causing him to lose his life, right? So the city's saying, hey, man, talk to the police department. Yeah, we pay the police department, but they operate under their own entity, as their own entity, rather. So we had nothing to do with the Scorpion unit being hired. Now, this goes back to who is going to be held accountable. If you sue the Memphis Police Department, you're technically going to sue the city anyway, but they just don't want to put that on Memphis, I guess. I don't understand where the money's really going to come from. But CJ Davis, that kind of falls on you, even though I know you wiped your hands clean on that. That's why I'm saying it's all about accountability. It's all about accountability. But they don't want, like I said, man, I don't understand how they wouldn't feel responsible for that. But family denied. Also, I want to say about that too is to the Nichols family, I don't know what attorney you hired. I don't know if they, how could they dismiss that? Probably need to look into that. I don't know, did y'all get Ben Crump? I know Crump was representing them at first. All right, so I know something else that happened this week that's very major. Some more foul play, some more corporations, some more sneaky business, bro. That I just don't agree with, because all of the stuff, all the corruption I talked about previous to this is what's really being talked about at the water cooler in Memphis, right? As you all know, our favorite NBA player, Mr. Morant, and his good buddy.
Grizzlies star Ja Morant's best friend is wanted by Shelby County authorities tonight. Good evening, I'm Joe Birch.
And I'm Joy Redmond. An arrest warrant has been issued for Devontae Pack in connection to a basketball brawl at the home of the Grizzlies superstar. Action News 5's Joyce Peterson, live now with the very latest. Joyce.
Yeah, Joe and Joy, Ja Morant and Devontae Pack are accused of assaulting a teenager at Morant's house during a pickup game last summer. Well, that teenager filed a lawsuit against the pair. Today, Morant's lawyers went to court to get that suit dismissed. But hours later, Devontae Pack is now wanted for misdemeanor assault. Shelby County Criminal Justice Portal confirms the Shelby County Sheriff's Office obtained a warrant for 24-year-old Devontae Pack's arrest on Monday. The warrant stems from an altercation on the court at Ja Morant's house in Eads in July 2022. 18-year-old Josh Holloway says Morant and Pack assaulted him during a pickup game. He filed a lawsuit. Morant countersued. Monday, in court, Morant's lawyers tried to get the case dismissed using the Stand Your Ground statute, arguing Morant acted in self-defense. The NBA All-Stars legal team declined an interview after court, but Holloway's attorney did talk with Action News 5.
We believe that the Stand Your Ground statute doesn't apply because it's been waived. But more importantly, we believe that the Stand Your Ground law is in direct contravention with Mr. Holloway's right to a trial by jury.
The Memphis Grizzlies banned Devontae Pack from home games this year after a dust-up between Pack, Morant's father, and a couple of Indiana Pacers players during a January game. Pack was escorted from the Forum. An SUV with Morant inside rolled up on the Pacers after the game. Witnesses say someone inside that car pointed a red laser at the Pacers bus. Banned my brother for a year, tweeted Morant. Unbelievable. Morant ran into more trouble in May after he was seen holding a gun in a video on Pack's Instagram account. The NBA suspended Morant for 25 games this upcoming season. And now, SCSO is looking for Pack to serve that warrant. Devontae Pack was with Ja Morant when there were other incidents, including that fight with a mall security guard at Wolf Chase and a tussle at a high school volleyball game where Ja Morant's younger sister was playing. Morant's legal team back in court this Wednesday fighting to get Holloway's lawsuit dismissed. We will keep you posted. Live in studio tonight, I'm Joyce Peterson.
Man, the media is beyond dirty. How they just destroyed the young brother. I'm not saying, I mean, he might be guilty of a few things, but, you know, to make him the criminal like that, you cannot tell me that's not Ja Morant's PR team. At the end of the day, that's still another young brother right there. I don't know, I mean, he probably made a few mistakes, but I'm not with corruption, bro. You can't be 5% for the right and then, 5% corrupt and 95% for the right. I mean, it just messes everything up. Nobody wants to hear you after that. So if y'all place that on him just to protect Ja's image like I know you did, I mean, bro, that's still a young black man being prosecuted unfairly. And I know I will be probably the only one speaking on a platform that's going to defend, if you want to call that defending him. I'm not defending anything. I'm just talking about corruption in the games the media plays, right? So that's why you got to come here. We keep it real. We're not going to do that. Now, I just feel like people care about that more than anything. Now I want to go to respond to this. What you say, I saw you, Price. You're right. The issue, you know, police crime, more police curves crime, because you want to place fear. But I don't know. I agree. One thing I totally agree with you on is they don't fear the law or penalties. Now, that's not actually, in my opinion, that's not really like the police adding more police officers. What you really have to fix is this, right? This is your problem. $1,000 bail on a $26,000 stolen car by the DA, walked out. That's what I'm saying. That's what you got to fix. That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like. And so I agree with you. We do need stricter penalties for this so my car won't get stolen, right? And my insurance won't be through the roof. And my mama won't feel as unsafe, like she can't go to the grocery store without a car being stolen or being carjacked. You know, people in Memphis right now don't even feel comfortable riding a nice car. That's really something, everybody deserves to feel like they should be able to ride as nice a car as they want to, right? I see Quake, and Quake, I'm using my grant money to buy me a nice car, so I need the streets to be right by the time I'm riding, clean, bro, so I don't need no problem when I pull up in my Hellcat. Yeah, I know I ain't with no cars like that. But yeah, so I'm in agreement with you, Price, that there should be better and, stricter law and penalties for that. But everybody cares about that little situation. But meanwhile, who's gonna hold Steve Morrow accountable for that? Morrow, I know they sending you these clips, man. I know it. I can feel it in my heart. All right. Also, right now, it's getting a little late. There's a sheriff department. You got a young brother. Y'all know about that. We did a video on the mob on the YouTube page where we do all that. We're going to upload all of those videos to the Facebook account because, like you said, we're trying to get it popping on Facebook now. But yeah, so as you all know, young brother was pulled over, but the car was parked. The car was parked. Sheriff department, sheriff saw him. Some kind of altercation happened. He kept going, drugged the guy 100 yards. Police officer, the sheriff shot him in the chest. A deputy sheriff shot him in the chest, shot him somewhere with an instant shot. He dies instantly. It's been on the news. His mama wants answers. It's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And the Shelby County Sheriff's Department hasn't given the video footage. And they have Ben Crump representing them, like I mentioned earlier. Ben Crump was the same attorney that represented the Nichols family for Tyree Nichols. So I don't understand why this takes so long when the sheriff department works for the people and the people want the video footage, but the higher ups want to see all the film and see all the footage so they can make a better decision going forward. They don't want to make a jerk decision. They want to satisfy you. They want to see the film. Anyway, the mother and the family saying this was a great kid, headed to college, great grades, never got in any trouble. I ain't looking too good for y'all right now. And they want answers. Now I'll mention something else after this clip. Last one of the day. Last story of the day. Let's get into it.
Tonight, we're taking a look at officer-involved shootings and violence across the U.S. I'll take a look at your screen for just a second. We gathered these numbers from the University of Illinois, Chicago. The data shows 15% of people who experience police threat or use of force during legal interventions are hurt. Every year, law enforcement cause injuries to an estimated 250,000 people. And here's the number that stands out. More than 600 people are killed by law enforcement in the U.S. each year. Now, 21-year-old Jarvion Hudspeth is unfortunately a part of that statistic. Now, his family is calling for body cam and dash cam footage to be released. Now, this comes after more than 2 weeks since a traffic stop led to his death at the hands of a Shelby County Sheriff's deputy. This morning, nationally known attorney Ben Crump, representing Hudspeth's family, made that plea in.
Man, how does Ben Crump represent all these cases? That man got to have the biggest law firm. Shout out to the brother. I hope he getting his, doing the right thing, giving back to the community with his money. But hey, he getting that bag, I tell you that.
Memphis to Shelby County Sheriff Floyd Bonner, who is also running for Memphis mayor this fall. Our Brittany Moncrief listened into that press conference. And Brittany, we've heard calls for transparency from law enforcement before. What's taking so long for the family to get answers this time?
Well, Pepper, that's the big question. All Jarvion Hudspeth's family want to know is what exactly happened during that traffic stop in Raleigh on June 24th. They say Jarvion was getting his college degree. They say he had no criminal record, and they say he also supported his family. So the family, they said that they're not pointing blame, but instead they want to get answers.
I just want to know what happened to him that Saturday when he walked out that door at 8:30 in the morning and he never returned home.
16 days of hurt, 16 days of shock, and 16 days of questions.
How many times, Memphis, are we going to hear these narratives of young black boys simply trying to get home?
On June 24th, Jarvion Hudspeth was killed during a traffic stop involving a Shelby County Sheriff's deputy on Rosewood Avenue in Raleigh. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation say the traffic stop escalated and Jarvion tried to drive off, dragging the deputy roughly 100 yards. At some point, TBI says the deputy shot Jarvion, who later died on the way to the hospital.
I sit on the sofa every day, waiting for him to come to the door, and I know he's never coming back.
And after more than 2 weeks since her son's death, Jarvion's mother, Charlotte Haggett, says all she wants is transparency and for the Shelby County Sheriff's Office to release the body and dash cam video.
Chef Bonner, if that was your son that got stopped that Saturday and you were looking for him and he never came home, what would you do? Wouldn't you want to see the tapes of what happened to him, why he didn't return?
That's right. Hopefully we don't have to sue for the video to be released.
Then we'll sue your ass.
And State Representative Antonio Parkinson, as well as Jarvion's best friend, also spoke at that press conference earlier today. Pepper?
Brittany, I understand Shelby County Sheriff Floyd Bonner responded to Ben Crump. What did he have to say?
Yeah, Pepper, we'll read part of that statement for you. Sheriff Floyd Bonner said that they will continue to follow the law regarding the release of evidence while there's an active investigation or prosecution. He went on to say that he strongly condemns these cheap political stunts aimed at manipulating public opinion and causing distress for all involved. Now, we also reached out to TBI, that's the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, and they say that this is still an active and ongoing investigation. Live in Midtown, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
Hopefully the family will get answers soon. Thank you, Brittany. Well, at that press conference this morning, Crump said his team is ready to fight, and the city of Memphis is trying to pull out of the civil suit filed by Tyre Nichols' mother.
We already talked about
the city filing that motion to dismiss.
But yeah, what's funny is, as you all heard what the sheriff said, I see you, P. I got you. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they're going to do, right, too, on this. But anytime it's taking that long, you know something's foul. Like, the difference, this is what I'm saying, holding the police and the officials, these folks are so corrupt. You know what I'm saying? It may not like this. I know the sheriff's trying to say that nothing corrupt is going on. They're just investigating, right? And Floyd Bonner's running for mayor of Memphis as well, you know. But I laughed at this statement. I strongly condemn these cheap political stunts. You know, like that's a complete attack at Ben Crump and his law firm. But if you release the footage, Ben Crump wouldn't be here right now, right? So, I mean, you could have easily avoided that. So, it's not a political stunt until you release the footage. There are lots of people. There are lots of people who know about this story. They're waiting on the footage, sir. Understand that. Yes, they are. We're going to need that footage. But I just thought that was funny that he said that he strongly condemns the circus show. But like I said, that's corruption. They want you to focus on, you know, John Morant's friend going to jail for something that his team came up with. Meanwhile, all of these things that have happened within this show have happened. Now, I want to play this before I got out of here. Before I got out of here, let me just show y'all back. But so on the last, like I said, last thing, we're gonna loop back to Herenton because he said something I wanted to closing out right now. All right. I see. But he said something very real. You know, I didn't get to it the first time. For those who can't catch it. But yeah, check this out.
And next week, we're going to unveil a plan that involves reforming the Memphis Police Department. And let me speak to that. Many years ago, we had an initiative we called Blue Crush. Blue Crush was an incredible, productive crime abatement program. Some people liked it, some didn't. But we brought the crime rate down. We are going, under my leadership, to bring back into operation a reimagined Blue Crush.
More police. But I'm with this. Willie know what he's doing. He's proven five-time mayor, y'all, by the way.
And I want you all to know, I love Memphis. And I'm damned that we're going to turn this city over to hoodlums.
Damn if you turn it over.
I am pro-police. I'm pro-police when they behave constitutionally. I'm opposed to defunding the police. I think that's absurd. As part of our action plan, we're going to respectfully request that the Memphis City Council reconsider some of the recent ordinances that they have passed in responding to the activism on the part of citizens who I believe had good intentions. But in my judgment, some of those ordinances will handcuff the police. Cannot handcuff the police. Now, part of our reform, and I'm not getting into the police director and all of that, but I will tell you, we're going to have one of the finest police departments that respect the constitutional rights of others, but we're going to have well-trained, accountable police officers to help to make our streets safe. Also, we're going to recommend a lot of legislation that right now is not favorable to crime reduction. And I agree with Mayor Strickland. I agree with Mayor Strickland. We need bail reform. It is ridiculous the number of people that we incarcerate.
Check out our video on bail reform. We got that. I agree with him on that too.
And the next day they're out on the streets of Memphis. There's got to be some tough love here.
Amen.
Tough love.
Amen.
And let me say one other thing too, because I'm 83 years old, and you get 83 to say whatever you want to say. But I think I did it when I was 38. So and let me just say something to my family, black people. Black people. If you will remember, several years ago, Mayor Strickland invited me to give a speech at his prayer breakfast. And that year, I think we had 260-something homicides. %90 of them were committed by blacks, and the victims were black.
This is what I want y'all to hear.
And I stated emphatically that the crime problem in Memphis is a black problem. And the activists, some of you all, you attacked me. You wanted to take me back to slavery. You want to take me back to hundreds of years of legal segregation and discrimination. Obviously, I understand root causes. I lived through the Jim Crow era. But there are many people that are poor, but they don't commit crimes. You're going to, on our website, we talk about parental responsibility and youth accountability. If you have a society where there are no consequences for breaking the law, how can we ever bring safe streets and safe neighborhoods to Memphis? You can't do it if there are no consequences for inappropriate behavior. So you're going to see us come out with a number of recommendations that's going to hit at a lot of the legislature. And there's a gentleman here, I'm not going to embarrass him, but we eat at Houston's a lot. I think his grandson is here. He said, very sincerely, he said, Mayor, how are you going to stop this? He said, how are you going to stop it? I said, let me remind you there are 3 branches of government. We studied this in civics. There's a legislature, judicial.
All right. Yeah, I want y'all to hear that. Anyway, we'll have the complete thing up. When it's uploading, y'all check back with us. But yeah, you see Herenton, what he's on, you get an idea of it's all about accountability, man. He didn't say to just put police in place. Like Casino said, he is gonna fire that director based on what he was saying. It seemed like he was just trying to hold him accountable. But yeah. Willie, man, got a game plan. He's also going, the new juvenile detention center. He was going to upgrade that. But the city upgraded that. They got a facility that's holding 55 people. They're going to make a new one that's holding 135 juveniles now. So keep that in mind. And yeah, like I said, lots of things, lots of cultures, lots of people. But we only want the truth, man. And the truth is what's going to fix everything. And shout out to Run Memphis. Cause we doing that, and everybody that join me, man, on Facebook, y'all, we do this every week, 6 p.m. Y'all bring your ass back next week. We'll be back. Check out the videos. It's our 4-month anniversary right here. I think that's about it. Next week, I'll open the phone lines back up so we can let y'all Facebook people call in, talk to our YouTube people, and we're going to make this a little party and get something really done. Meanwhile, remember, let me get back to this. Remind y'all, Orange Mound Park, July 21st, right? Put that in your Google calendars right now. Run Memphis. Come through. Come get your ice cream cone or something. Bring the kids out. And with that being said, y'all know how we do it. It's the mob. We out.
In your city with them stoners, bend the corner. I'm in Portland in that foreign, that's a bone. Straight out the corner.
Smoking loud from Seattle, supersonic.
We on that loud.
We been drinking, ain't no driver, Uber coming.
About a cloud. On that moon rock, cause I'm a shooting coming. Cause I'm a star. I'm on that moon rock, so I be walking on it at the job.
In the country, out the country, I'm just country.
Country grandma.
Horsepower, make a nigga act a donkey. Get me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I leave the bank, I bend the corner.
H-Town, A-Town, California.
We on the block. Burning gas, burning rubber, bend the corner.
We bout to jump passing that gas while my foot smashing that gas and my car passing that ass. Got a $100 on my dash.
Catch me riding through your city, bend the corner. Every time I leave the bank, I bend the corner.
In your city, bending corners, copping guns.
Oh, where is that?
I just drive through that corner like McDonald's.
Pick up that sack.
I just pull up on the mama like a mama.
Kobe Bryant.
At a lunch, smoking gas, we be lunching. I got blue dot in my cup with a red dot in their head. When I came through the check, I made all them haters drop dead. I got paint like hell, and these watch like feds. About to cute that club, let that whole pocket like red. Kiss me.